having more fun than a human being should be allowed to have, and carrying the burden of being documented to be almost always right 99.7% of the time. Rush Limbaugh, the EIB network. The standard for integrity when anchoring the NBC nightly news. You can lie all you want, and you can lie about lying all you want. But NBC will reserve the right to suspend you without pay. I mean, you get away with it for a while, but then if something happens that causes the suits or other people to get embarrassed, then you might be suspended without pay. The same token, the Republicans announced that Barack Obama can lie all he wants without penalty. The Republicans publicly stated, Mr. President, you want to go ahead and violate the Constitution? Have at it, because we aren't going to stop you. So in a way, can you blame Obama? I mean, he's just been told by the only people who can stop him that they're not going to, so why should he? Don't give me the honor system. He's got an agenda. He wants to transform America. Presumably, the opposition party doesn't agree with the transformation, but they've told him they're not going to stop him, so why should he? Same token, Brian Williams, for years, was allowed to embellish, make it up, lie about it. All the while, NBC reserved the right to suspend him without pay, and they finally did when the heat actually found them. This is what passes for integrity today in our politicians and in our media. Let me ask you a question. How many of you think that donors, major big donors, bundlers, I'm talking the big donors, how many of you think that those people are funding ideas? How many of you think that the majority of the big money donated to politicians is because the donor agrees with the ideas of the candidate and wants the candidate to advance those ideas? If you think the answer to the question is most of them, you are wrong. Most big money in politics is to purchase access. I mean, there might be some similarity when it comes to ideology and ideas. There clearly is similarity in ideology. But what you're really doing is buying access. Or in even worse cases, you're buying some money come back to you. You send enough money to Obama, and he might see to it the Treasury bankrolls your fraudulent wind farm, such as Solyndra and Solar. Donate enough money to Obama, and some of it might come right back to you that you're allowed to keep and run a company into bankruptcy, then you are out of town before anybody finds out. It's not about ideas. It's about getting rich without doing much work. It's about buying access. Conservatism wins landslide elections in 2010 and 2014. And what was it that drove those elections? Ideas. The people who turned out in mass numbers in 2010 in the midterm and 2014 in the midterm wanted this current administration stopped. The people that showed up in droves and gave the Republicans two massive landslide victories. One didn't want any access. They weren't trying to sidle up and get close. They wanted nothing back. They wanted their ideas advanced. What'd they get? Crumbs and sneers from many of the people they voted for. If only all of those people had had a lot of money, who knows what might be different. Indoctrination passes for education. Political correctness trumps critical thinking. Government agencies lie about data, from global warming to unemployment. The IRS has been turned against taxpayers. The President of the United States has accused white policemen all across the country of racism. Meanwhile, genuine Islamic terrorists are called random folks. But white police officers are all racists. Men are all abusers and predators. Hands up, don't shoot was a despicable lie. The Affordable Care Act is causing real bankruptcy. It is not affordable. So why are we demanding that some little news anchor be filled with integrity when none of the people he reports on or talks about have any at all?